God, I don't even know if I'm recording because of... Okay, we are recording. I don't like green. However, this guy being worth 2 tickets, also being a very strong guy, if left unchecked for a couple turns, he can just win the game, I think is going to be the pick. Green generally, like, I don't like pairing with white very much. Sadly, there's no white cards in this pack, so they're not likely to be drafting white when I pass. There's probably going to go 1, 2, I mean, this pack's deep. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, every single card's playable. I'd actually expect to wheel, like, Sacred Will for Greater Basilisk a decent percentage of the time if I take Hydra here. We're going to take Hydra, or one of the blue cards. Wow. Like, as I said, I don't like pairing. Lockkeeper generally, like white and green together generally. I'd rather prefer like blue-green, black-green. I mean, that being said, like Chandler's Outrage is definitely the best card in this pack. Lockkeeper's also very good. But again, I don't like pairing white with green. I know I just passed the Shock and Ogre and the Volcanic Dragon. There are also a couple other good cards in there. This guy took the rare. I really don't know what he's drafting. As I said, I passed no white cards. Like if I took, it's basically between Outrage and this card versus Lockkeeper, because I really do not like playing white-green. And, I mean, red's so deep. Like, this card, while double red, doesn't require as big of a commitment. Green sometimes gets flashers, fixtures. Sometimes Manaless is pretty good in green with rampant growth. Like, I think I'm just going to take the Outrage and look for red-green. Like, and just ship the white deck. Like, I honestly still don't know what I'm being shipped. You notice here, 2 commons have been taken. I haven't passed a crazy amount of black. Like, I don't really feel like following up green with one of these two. I think they're both marginally playable, though this guy is big. Like, this is already pretty good late game pressure. I don't really feel like following up with the Bonebreaker Giant. He's also kind of on the fringe. Like, if you want Bonebreaker Giants, you're going to get a lot of Bonebreaker Giants. These other cards just kind of weak overall. Sorin's Thirst is clearly the best card in the pack. I don't know what 2 commons they took. I'm guessing they might actually be red cards. I don't know the common print runs. But like not seeing like Incinerate, Shock, like I'm just wondering what they would have taken over Sorin's Thirst. Without a rare and uncommon missing. I think Thirst is going to clearly be the best pick here, and I'm probably going to see more black. Alright, so, like here, like, Soul and Swarms. Like, Soul's generally more stronger in black-red, just because of the options. Like, this guy's actually stronger in black-red, too, because of, like, Bloodthirst in red, Active Treason in red. I like Soul because of the way he can break, like he can break stalemates, even in black-green. Like if you get a bunch of giant spiders out, this guy can just kind of like slip through. He's also pretty good when you slap down a Trollhide on him. Red is my other option, though I think red is going to end up being cut here. I think I generally like Soul better. Like I know this is double black, and this guy requires black early, so it would be looking like I'm already going for a black commitment. Titanic Growth, not as good in this format. I think I'm just taking Soul here. And possibly looking to switch into black-red from green. That being said, no, Grixis Companion is a good card. Deathmark, also a very good card. This requires green early. This requires black early. You probably don't want to be playing a deck with Tormented Souls and Grixis Companion. They just do not mesh well. Deathmark generally is probably the most powerful card here. Like, if I really was going green, like, I know I just started with a Hydra. And I know red might be getting cut, but since red's so deep, like, if you go black-red, oftentimes you're going to have, you know, plenty of red to fill out the removal, or the other random slots with Goblin Pikers, things like that. Deathmark also good against me. I think I'm going to take it just because it's such a powerful card overall. And the other cards just don't offer the same strength it does. Well, seeing Assault Griffin late means that white's probably open, which is sad since we passed the Lockkeeper and haven't passed any much other white. Right now, like, Plummet, while a fine card, like, Vastwood Gorger's not great. It's not a huge sign that green is actually open. You probably don't want to be in green if it's not. Like, still choosing between green and red here. Bloodseeker is a fine card in a black deck, and it's great in black-red, where you're kind of just nickeling and diming them to death. The Tormented Souls, quick little goblin fire slingers and things like that. I think Bloodseeker is quite clearly the pick, and then we'll just figure out which one's more open, black or red, later on. Here, Goblin Grenade, not really much of a card. Brindabor, again, not much of a card. Like, this would not be a reason to play green. This is not, like... I think Act of Treason here is simply the best card. Like, if I end up going black-red, like, it pairs well if I happen to get Flings, if I happen to get more of the Devouring Swarms. Like, Crumbling Colossus is fine. If you see Act of Treason's, like, if you see Crumbling Colossus is going late, like, Act of Treason might even be... It increases the value of Treasons because, well, it's better against this. Same with this, like, it increases the value of Manic Vandal. I think Act of Treason is simply the better card here. Yeah, all these cards generally just suck. Manolith isn't the type of card you want to be running in a black-red deck. Not 100% sure I'm still black-red. That being said, Zombie Goliath, also kind of crappy, though it pairs well, like if I get a Call to the Grave. I rarely, if ever, play Goblin Grenade, just because, unless you get a ton of goblins, it's often just going to be sitting in your hand and too situational and dead. I think Zombie Goliath is just the pick. Like, while Manolith's fun and all, yeah, and wield the Sacred Wolf and the Basilisk, interestingly enough. Kind of a tough call here. Like, we actually, I mean, we still might be black-green. Like, this is still a very good card, while we have a good card here. We don't have anything to combo with this yet. It's fine in black-red, like, as a finisher sometimes. It acts as almost a love axe. However, it's not, like, a must-play. Greater Basilisk is a strong kind of creature. I generally like having the slower 3-drop first. Just because this pairs so well with Trollhides, Dark Favors, things like that, if you can get them. Just take the Mind Rot here. I mean, Mind Rot's generally going to be better than hating a negate, since Mind Rot largely can deal with somebody who's holding on to a negate. This guy's probably the best defensive card against us, unless we take it. Same deal with the Mind Rots, though I don't think I'll be playing it. I probably won't be playing lower either. Scramble-Verse is kind of just complete garbage. Disentomb can be useful, especially if I get up Gravediggers or something, so we're taking Disentomb. So again, I'm not, like... I'd be leaning toward red. I think Chandra's Outrages is probably better than Hydra, but... And green is generally a lot weaker than red, especially I only got 2 green cards, which basically means green's not going to be playable. This is a very interesting pack, considering how good Archon is. Fireball and Stinger Fling. I mean, I think Fireball is just going to be the pick here, and it's going to lean us toward black-red. Stinger Fling Spider is also incredibly, incredibly amazing, as is Archon, but like the white deck's going to look pretty good. Archon's one of the best cards in this format, considering that he can just exile anything. He's like a 2-for-1 that's almost impossible to deal with. Like, if I take Fireball here, I mean, I assume there'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, I might wheel a Devouring Swarm. There's not many black cards, though, so probably not. It's probably going to be a crummy green card that I end up wheeling. Oddly enough, I could end up still being green-red. Like, my black isn't amazing. Yeah, Fireball's the definite pick here. Too strong of a card to pass up, and wow. Literally one of the weaker packs that I've seen. I mean, if I take... This is kind of crazy, like, if I decide to go green. Like, I really don't like Zombie Goliath. I don't like Mind Rots. Like, the only real cards to keep me in black right now are Sorin's Thirst. Like, these 3 make a pretty decent speedy black deck. Like, the problem is if I'm abandoning those, I really don't have that many picks in green to, like, continue with a solid deck. I might be wheeling a Trollhide based on that first pack. I could easily play green-black and splash the fireball still, I could easily play green-red and splash the death mark. I think Cudgel Troll, for that reason, might be the pick. I'm expecting possibly to wheel the Rampant Growth. I mean, Cudgel Troll is probably the most powerful card in this pack. This pack's generally weak, but slightly deep on green. Yeah. Here, I think Archer's Web is just going to be the strongest card. Obviously, it can be countered by a lot of things. Since I've just made a green pick, I'm kind of leaning toward the green. It really sucks that I mean, I don't know if Stinger Flying Spider is better than Fireball. It's possible. It's not going to be better than Fireball, obviously, against me, though, which is good. One of these 3 red cards might wheel. One of these 2 green cards... Like, if I take Archer's Web here, I'm probably going to wheel something from this pack to fit in with the curve. I mean, there's, like... I could play a lot of cards. I don't think Consume Spirit is going to be useful to me, since, like, if I played green-black, I got a lot of double green. If I played red-black, I mean, my mana is not going to be 10-7 in terms of heavy black commitment. So I think the Web is just the strongest card, and I am going to take it, and I'm just going to start moving into green. I know that sounds crazy, but that is what I am going to do. And here, like, again, I don't know if I'm leaning toward red, though Act of Treason kind of sucks in green-red, in my opinion. Or black. Well, that's from the last draft, where I just got stomped by an acidic slime in the 3rd game. So, like, Blood Rage Vampire kind of works well with, like, Tormented Soul. Not the best card in green-black, since you already have, like, solid 3-drops. I think Greater Basilisk is just slightly better than Stampeding Rhino, basically because he's so hard to stop. And, you know, one of these stupid cards might wheel. That I think Basilisk is just going to be the better card here. He sets up defense for us to get out of Hydra. Yeah. Well, here is kind of a decisive pack. Like, either I stick with red for Chandra's Outrage and Fireball, and I could take the Stinger Fling, and hopefully wheel. I don't think that's. It's interesting that all this white's coming back. Or I could take the Sorin's Thirst. The problem with taking the Sorin's Thirst is, like, right now, I'm looking at such heavy green. It's not going to be very reliable early game. It's more likely that I'm probably going to want... This guy works with Fireball, too, in terms of he can just lower my opponent's life. He's also an early drop to can trade. It's a tough choice. I think I'm leaning toward the Stinger thing, and just... Since red's just a little bit deeper overall... As I say that, I see, like, Drifting Shade in this. Sacred Wolf's fine here. I might actually wheel a Goblin Warpaint, which is okay on Sacred Wolf. I mean, we're not going. We just kind of committed to the red plan. And wow, I don't know how blue is that open. I'll have to go back and look and see if I kind of missed that. Yeah, Lurking Crocodile, I mean, it's kind of an easy pick here. I'm glad I got the Fire Slinger to help pump out the Bloodthirst. It's kind of amazing to see that late of an Aether Adept and Slate of a Gravedigger. I mean, I think I take the Gravedigger regardless. Like, Goblin Tunneler does not work that well with, like, the creatures that I currently have. If I'm already splashing Deathmark, splashing Gravedigger is not horrible. He's a fine card. And of course the Devouring Swarm, like, after we're talking about it, wheels. I don't think I can take it at this point, though. Jesus. Like Manic Vandal against some of the artifacts that I've seen, there's a Crown and all that, just probably stronger. I guess black's just not being drafted. And I should have just taken that. I guess I should be in black. That seems odd to me. I mean, I already have 2 Mind Rots. Like, there's no reason to take another. Act of Treason's good against me. I might as well just grab it. Wow, and I don't understand like this coming that way too. I knew I was gonna get something from this pack. I didn't expect there to be like the Warpath goal even there. Of course, after seeing all the other black, I guess that's to be expected. The Slinger's gonna be the better card. And a Goblin War Paint, which isn't horrible since I have Sacred Wolves. Just take the crap. Well, I'm not very happy with this deck. It would look a lot better if I just had stuck to my red-black guns. Not taking the Hydra, because it's worth 2 tickets and fun. Taking something like Shock first, and gone with the Devouring Swarm, Active Treason. Just straight up black card advantage beatdown. Yeah, that would have probably been better overall. But we'll see. Like, and then I open Chase Memory Adept. I mean, he's worth like 15 tickets or something right now. As awesome as Overrun is, yeah, I'm taking Jace. Let's see what I wheel from this pack. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I mean, there's like 11 playables. I expected to probably have something like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, I might get the Manolith, which, in fact, I probably will end up with the Manolith, which actually is going to be great to splash. If not, I might end up with a Carnage Worm, which I guess isn't horrible since I picked up the Active Treasons and can finish people. But yeah, I'm taking Jace. Of course, Singular Vampire. I hate to talk about switching this late in the draft and splashing something else, but I guess it's... I mean, Stormblood Berserker, don't get me wrong, is amazing, but Jesus Christ. We're going to show everything real fast just to see if I can make a quick decision. I don't think that I'm switching at this point in the draft. Like, I think Stormblood Berserker is just so good. And then I'm going to get something else back, like Dragon Skull Summit. Hopefully we'll table that card. It's very strong here. I mean, the thing is, I'm splashing Fireball either way. I think Stormblood Berserker is just strong enough that... Yeah, I'll stick to my red guns here. Kind of rewarded there because Blood Ogre is just a stronger card over Blood Rage Vampire. Deathmark might wheel here. I'm probably going to get a Sacred Wolf or a Deathmark back from this pack, which is kind of nice since I'm already splashing. It's possible I even get a Fling, which works pretty well with Hydra, works pretty well with Active Treason. Might get started, like, I don't know if I'm running my Active Treason, but if I get a Fling, I certainly will with my big guys. I don't take any over right here, we're just sticking with the red-black. Well, normally I would just snap up Goblin Arsonist. I did not get a Rampant Growth on the wheel last time. I have 12 creatures. I'm likely splashing Deathmark and Gravedigger, even if it's in the sideboard. Like, this deck, while not especially mana hungry, I don't have a lot of other earlier plays. These are some great Bloodthirst activators already. I don't necessarily need a Goblin Arsonist coming in and hitting somebody. I think Rampant Growth, while not amazing, is kind of the pick for my deck in this current spot. I'm definitely not getting the Arsonist back, but yeah. I mean, I don't have any other Rampers. Like, this really helps mana fix with the red and the black. Wow, and there is literally nothing in this pack. Like, Basswood Forger is not generally what I like to be playing. Though I don't have, like, another huge finisher. Like, it wouldn't be horrible. Greatsword on Berserker and, like, Lurking Crocs can be pretty good sometimes, but, yeah, I think Gorger is what I gotta just grab here and suck it up. Like, kind of sucks. As does this. Like, I'd often just be tempted to take the rare. I mean, I have an Archer's Web. I haven't really seen many more. I don't think Slaughtercry is good enough that it's